Hello, so I am back down in Fife today on the Scottish long distance trail, the Fife Pilgrim Way. It's an 89-kilometre long trail, runs from Kinglassie up to Dunfermline. That's one start point. There's another start point in North Queensferry, which then runs up to Dunfermline and joins the other path. Those paths then follow all the way out Dunfermline through Lochore Meadows, the old mining site, through Kinglassie, round Glenrothes up to where I am in Markinch, before proceeding up through Ceres to St Andrews. So, why is it called the Fife Pilgrim Way? Well, it follows the route of the ancient pilgrims that they took on their quest to go and visit the bones of St Andrew, one of Jesus' disciples. It did in medieval times hold the same religious connotations as Santiago de Compostela and Rome, surprisingly. Yeah, it was one of the bigger pilgrim sites. So yeah, like I said, we're going to basically today walk from here back to Lochore Meadows, which will join that section up hopefully. There is some discrepancies over the distance. It does actually say on here 8 miles 13 kilometres. OS Maps is telling me it's 15. Markinch is telling me it's 13. Not sure what's going on there. There's a little bit of discrepancy. But yeah, hopefully I'll get this finished in the next few weeks or a couple of months as we go on with some other stuff, namely the John Muir Trail and a lot more mountains this year. So it's a bit breezy and I've got an early start of work tomorrow. Right, let's crack on. We'll see how we get on. Right, so I'm about 3.5 kilometres in, reached a place called Balfog on the outskirts of Markinch. I'm standing in what remains of a prehistoric henge. It's thought to be part of a larger prehistoric ceremonial site. Just see two of the ancient stones there. This will be the entrance way along here. The other stones have been replaced by these posts, give you some idea of the scale of it. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. There's been a large number of archaeological excavations here apparently. I found pottery dating back to about 2900 BC. It's thought it could date back at least 5,000 years. Yeah, gives you a bit of a pause for thought really. Just the sheer scale of these places. Me. I mean, even today it would be considered not a feat of engineering, but moderately large engineering project even modern equipment. To give you some idea, just wandering over the far side of it, through the ditch, up the other bank. So yeah, this is the far side of it. So that's those stones I just showed you on the way in. Just make out my rucksack over there. Just make out the centre of the ceremonial circle just here. You'll see these posts represent these stones that are no longer there. Then we've got a rather large ditch running around the outside. Yeah, quite impressive. Not really the sort of thing you expect to see in the middle of a housing estate. But yeah, takes me back to the Abbey Wall. There's one up there as well. definitely picking up. I think I made the right call not going up the mountains today, so yeah, I'm going to head off back down the road and pick up River Leven shortly, I believe. Right, let's crack on. Hello, so I'm just coming up to 6 kilometres in the Fife Pilgrim Way. To be honest, it's not the best route so far. It's kind of a bit urban, wandering around the backs of houses a lot. As you can see, there's a lot of tarmac path. Reminds me a bit of the Fife coastal path around the Leven section. I'd certainly prefer if it going to more open countryside, but apparently it does that a bit further up. But yeah, nice day out for it. It's definitely a bit windy. I think I made the right choice not heading up to the mountains today. But yeah, just going to carry on now. Apparently I should pick up the River Leven shortly, then I'll pretty much follow that all the way to Kinglassie from what I can gather. But yeah, at least the sun's out. Like I said, it is a bit windy, got one proof layer on, so yeah, nice easy day out. Just keeping the fitness in really. Right, let's go. Hello, so a bit further in now, eventually got past all the warehouses and the woodland, just coming up to 9k in, just past a rather impressive viaduct behind me. Definitely glad I didn't go up the mountains. I was in the middle and yeah, it was pretty blowy even in the middle of that. So yeah, obviously part of the old railway line, but yeah, it's pretty impressive. So I go up through the trees over here and I'm disappearing that way. Apparently there's an airport down there, which I didn't actually. There's an airport around there, so I'll keep an eye out. But yeah, it is pretty windy down there, I'll be honest. Not the windiest I've ever walked in, but yeah, I was certainly thinking I made the right decision not going up north. I've just spotted though, we are actually going through some old site. So remains the old platform there. Yeah, the old rail lines that was taken out. I'll have a little look online, I think. See if I can have a bit more around it. Yeah, do like a old railway. So yeah, I'll carry on now. Apparently we've got some more urban stuff and then it should open up even more. So right, let's crack on. Hello, so still on the Fife Pilgrim Way, I reckon about a mile and a half Kinglassie. Might carry across that, might not, depends how I feel. Yeah, not too bad so far, I'll be honest. It's a bit urban on parts of it, especially back there around the back end of Kinglassie. Definitely more open countryside now. Just looking around, there's Kinglassie over there. So basically came around the back, somewhere out near that house and those cars, around the back, cross this track down there, and then basically come up around these trees. That's East Lomond, that dome, that's classed as sub 2000. It's West Lomond, that's also classed as sub 2000. You can see the one with the trees on it, with the little white dome, which is the weather station, that's Bishop Hill. That is also a sub 2000. Those three hills, this one, that one, and that one, they make up what's known as the Lomond Hills. So it's a sub 2000. It is a Scottish hill below 2,000 feet in height, but has over 150 metres of separation horizontally and vertically from the surrounding terrain. I believe that's the definition of Walk Island. There's 573 of them. That that is a walk I keep looking at doing. Literally just not got the ground through yet. Apparently you can go up from Falkland, and then Falkland's over there somewhere, and then literally straight up East Lomond, back down, straight across up to West Lomond, back down up to Bishop Hill, and then up to Scotland Hill. That's what I'm looking at later in the year. I'm now going to follow this track here, Kinglassie. Yeah, it's been a bit muddy, it's only just like 12 o'clock, so not got what else to do for the rest of the day, to be honest. But yeah, reasonably good. Struggling to get the kids from it's all need to be up the mountains, but yeah, I mean, here, the viaduct, yeah, like I said earlier, I was hanging on to that open, so that was quite open. But yeah, just carry on now, hopefully get some lunch shortly. Right, let's go. Right, so yeah, rapidly approaching Kinglassie. A bit windy, as you can probably hear. Stunning views across the kingdom of Fife. Clive's Tower up there, constructed in 1812 for a merchant to watch his shipping in the Forth, or for shipping generally. That's looking down towards where the Fife Pilgrim Way carries on. I may be going that way after lunch, I'll see how I feel. Looking right down across Fife. It's a pretty stunning view, to be honest. That's looking right out across the Firth of Forth. We can just make out the distance there. That lump above the wind turbine is Bass Rock, to give you some idea. That's about 35 miles away, I think, as the crow flies. Yeah, stunning day out. It was an airport back there. Getting rapidly fed up with the amount of mud. It's been like that for the last 2 miles. But yeah, not too bad so far. Yeah, just good to get out really. Clear the mind out a little bit. Just looking out towards, I think that's the back end of Bennety Hill, I'm not entirely sure. That's definitely out towards the Oak Hills outside Stirling. 9 Donalds up there, I've done all of those. Yeah, not too bad, apart from the mud. Yeah, but that's a general thing at the moment anyway, with the amount of rain we've had. It is, yeah, it's muddy everywhere. Right, I'm going to crack on, head into Kinglassie, get some lunch, see how I feel. Might carry on doing the next 8k down to Lochore Meadows. Right, let's go. Right, so made it into Kinglassie. Mitchell Hall behind me. That's the start and finish point for this section. We'll grab a coffee somewhere and then potentially head out on the next bit towards Lochore Meadows. See how I feel after lunch. Feeling a bit tired, to be honest, not really sure why, but then I've had a busy week and a busy couple of days. Yeah, reasonably okay. Much better once you go out of Glenrothes. Definitely reminded me of the Fife coastal path around Leven. Yeah, definitely recommend it. Just got to get in with the history, I suppose. Yeah, I'm going to grab a coffee now and then decide if I'm carrying on or not. Right, coffee time. Hello, so carried on. Thought I might as well. Got another 8k to do. It's done a fair big chunk of it. Suddenly get me back to being full fitness again. But yeah, Kinglassie, stopped there for some lunch, nice little Morrison's Daily, recommend using that. It's quite cheap in there, quite reasonable if you need to. Yeah, got about 8k to Lochore Meadows, then I'll catch a bus from there back to Hullbeath, and from Hullbeath back up to Perth. Yeah, again, kind of an urban area. Said it's a bit hit and miss. Reminds me of, like I said, it reminds me a lot of the Fife coastal path, especially a section around Leven. But yeah, could definitely be worse. Just nice to get out, really. Yeah, we'll head down here, follow this road for a couple of kilometres, and then we'll cut back across the countryside, head out towards Lochore Meadows. Right, it's definitely right, time to crack on. Hello, so yeah, head out of Kinglassie, just gone through a town called Carrington, one of the old mining towns, quite a small place, just going around the edge of it. There was no explored before, the Fife Pilgrim Way, a road called Fife Pilgrim Way Avenue. Yeah, basically I'm skirting around the back of a hill. Once I get around this corner, I've got pretty much a straight run to Lochore Meadows from what I can see. I've just got to basically keep following the path, I should see it. Got a stunning view over towards the Lomond Hills again. So yeah, that's East Lomond over there. And we've got West Lomond, is that big domey one. And then that's Bishop Hill. They are on my hit list. Not particularly high because they are sub 2000. But yeah, it's sub 2000s can definitely be good fun. They're a bit like Fiona's, you never know really what to expect. Some are alright, and others you're like end up scrambling through bush and wishing you'd taken a machete with you. Yeah, just literally going to skirt down this old road, which I suspect maybe something to do with the mine. There's a lot of mines in this area originally. It was quite a nice tarmac, and then there was a gate, so yeah, definitely it was definitely something. There was an old railway line back there as well, which I suspect went down to the collieries from Glenrothes, which pretty much looks like on the back. It doesn't go anywhere, obviously it hasn't been used for quite a few years. But yeah, skirt down here, around here, skirt round, basically follow the line of that hill there, down the back. In about 40 minutes or so I should be at Lochore Meadows, which has done a considerable distance of the Fife Pilgrim Way. I've done from Kinglassie up as far as Markinch. I think that only leaves me Markinch to Ceres to do, and then Ceres to St Andrews. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh, and the North Queensferry section as well. Yeah, definitely a good laugh. Certainly better on this bit than it was earlier on all around the back of Glenrothes. So yeah, it's quite strange. There's quite a few tracks around here. There obviously were something at some point. That's the one I've come down. Another one there. Then I'm disappearing along this one, which apparently is about 4k straight to Lochore Meadows. Let's crack on. Then I'll do some more photos along the way, I suppose. Right, so made it Lochore Meadows Country Park. See the sign there. The old pit wheel behind me. Been in there before, so I'm not going to head all the way down. Yeah, it's about 7.5, 8k, not too bad. Definitely made more sense to do it today, get it out of the way. So I've now done from Kinglassie up to Dunfermline up to Lochore Meadows to Kinglassie, and Kinglassie to Markinch. So that's a considerable distance done. Yeah, hopefully finish in the next couple of months. Yeah, it was interesting. There was bits of it that were good, there were bits of it that were alright. There was some of it that was, I would say, downright boring, to be honest, especially a bit around the back of Glenrothes. But like I said, I suspected that would be the case anyway. It's very similar when I did the, like I said, the Fife coastal path. There's a bit there for leaving mouth. It's pretty uninspiring, to be honest, because that's all around the back of warehouses. And again, likewise with the Hadrian's Wall path, there's a bit of that. When you go to Newcastle, you just spend about 2 hours going around the back of warehouses and old shipyards. So yeah, definitely good when it's done. Another long distance trail. Yeah, I'd like to get this one done sooner rather than later, so I can get on with the John Muir Way, which will be my first coast to coast. Yeah, it's good fun. Keeps the body fit and able, I suppose. Right, I'm gonna check the local buses, head to Hull Beath and back to Perth. Not a bad day out overall.